Welcome back. I have another skincare reaction for you, and this one's a really fun one because it's Emma Chamberlain, you guys, and we all know that she's been sort of on an acne journey. I personally have never really watched Emma's videos or anything like that. It makes sense. I'm much older than her, but I know about her from the girls on my team talking about her videos. I know that Hiram is good friends with her. I know that they've done videos together and stuff. So we've sort of watched her go through a little bit of an acne journey, and she's obviously very interested in skincare. I venture to say, without knowing, that she probably became friends with Hiram because she was watching some of his videos and really learning about skincare and stuff because she had personal interest in it. Over the last couple of years, we've really seen her explode on social media. And I wanna say, as a woman watching her from a distance, I'm really impressed with how well she's just hopped into being an entrepreneur and being a boss. We also know she's associated with a newer skincare brand called Bad Habit. I think she's the creative director of it. So I'm gonna assume that we're gonna see some of those types of products in this skincare routine, but I have not personally tried it yet. But I'm excited to see what she's gonna talk about, especially because this video is on Vogue and it says that she's going to talk about her acne journey. And she talks about her guide to TikTok makeup, which we're not gonna get into that part of it, but I'm really interested to hear what she has to say about her acne journey because I think it's something that people gravitate to when you are looking for advice for your skincare. You're usually dealing with some type of an issue, and a lot of the time it happens to be acne that you're dealing with. So I'm really curious to hear what she's got to say about that. If you're new to my channel, my name is Susan Yara. I've been in the beauty industry for 2 decades. I started off as a beauty editor. I now have my own skincare line, and I love to educate on skincare here on my YouTube channel. I talk about beauty in general though, because I'm a woman. I like my beauty stuff. So today we're gonna do a skincare reaction, and I always wanna remind people, these are meant to be educational. They're meant to be more fun than anything, really. When we get a chance to have a conversation about someone's skincare routine, what they're sharing, with us, it makes it a little bit more educational because then we really get to, go deeper into it and talk about what works and what doesn't. And I always want you guys to remember that skincare is personal. What someone does for their skin is completely different for what you should be doing on your own skin. This is all meant to be educational in the sense of you get to learn what these types of products and treatments do and maybe apply it to yourself if it's relevant. So let's get started.
Hi, I'm Emma Chamberlain, and I'm going to be taking you through my everyday skincare, my everyday makeup, and my everyday hair. I just changed the color of it, so this is a big deal, and it deserves a little bit of light. And my dream is coming true right now because I've always wanted to do one of these, so let's do it! Okay, so step 1, I'm going to take the nearest headband I have and put it on. Hydrating face mask. I do this probably 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I'm honestly kind of somebody who just follows my instinct. If I feel like my skin is dry, I'll do a hydrating skin mask. If I feel like my skin is gross, I'll do some sort of detoxifying skin mask. I'm intuitive with the whole thing.
So first off, I'm assuming this is a morning routine, a daytime routine, because she's gonna eventually put on makeup. I like that she said that she's just kind of intuitive about what it is that her skin needs. So she might start off her skincare routine in the morning with something hydrating if she feels like she's a little bit drier. If she feels like her skin is I'm assuming like breaking out or oily or something like that, she might use something detoxifying. And that kind of is key. You should be paying attention to your skin because your skin can change according to your hormones and your cycle. If you're a woman and you have a period, your hormones can definitely affect how your skin is behaving for that period of time. There can be things like climate, whatever it is that's going on with your skin, you should be paying attention to it. So I like that she said that.
I've had on and off acne my whole life, well, since like puberty. But my skin got really bad in high school, and then it got bad again as like an older teen. And so I decided I would go on Accutane, which is a very intense acne medication. I did that for 7 months last year, and my acne went away. But I still have to maintain my skin. It actually made me fall in love with skincare in a whole new way.
Before puberty, you're very likely not experiencing acne, or at least not this type of acne where it's hormonal. Your face just starts to explode because you're going through so many changes. So before that, it's really about just like cleansing, hydrating, and protecting your skin with some sunscreen. Unless obviously you've been diagnosed with something as a kid or something that, is a whole different situation. But for the most part, generalizing, obviously, before puberty, you shouldn't be dealing with a lot of issues, and so you shouldn't have to worry too much about getting into an intense skincare routine. But the minute you hit puberty, whatever age that is, you obviously start to see a change in your skin. And a lot of the time what you're dealing with is excess oil production. So that's when you start to get the clogged pores, the blackheads, the whiteheads, the acne, all of that stuff. So I like that she pointed out, started when she hit puberty, she started to have bad acne, and then she finally decided last year she was going to get on Accutane. And this is pretty typical, you know, if you are very aware of that and you want to do something about it. I feel like, you know, in high school, a lot of people will go through, you know, like going to the dermatologist. Some people just won't do anything about it at all because maybe their parents aren't helping them, which I find really sad, or they don't have access, or, you know, there are just so many reasons why a person doesn't address their acne when they are younger and in high school. But at some point, especially as you're nearing the end of high school, your dermatologist will finally be like, okay, we've tried this. We've tried putting you on this product, you know, like just putting you on a skincare routine in general. And at this point, it seems like you need something that's a bigger intervention, and Accutane tends to be one of those things that they put you on. This is a very strong medication, like she said. You have to be monitored. You have to be on birth control if you're a woman because you can't get pregnant while you are taking Accutane. So it's actually called isotretinoin, and it's a version of vitamin A that you are taking internally, and it can be very strong for your system. So you definitely see big changes with your skin, and you have a whole other journey that you go on when you are taking Accutane, but the end result usually is that you get rid of your acne, but then you do have to maintain. So I like that she's telling us all of that kind of stuff.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave this on for 10 minutes. This is a very crucial part of my morning routine. I have a really love-hate relationship with my acne journey, and there was good and bad moments. But y'all saw all of it. You can go back and see any of it. It's been 10 minutes. I'm washing this off.
You obviously saw she did not cleanse her face, but it is morning time. If you've got your skin to a place where it is nicely balanced, or maybe you have dry skin, then you don't necessarily have to use a cleanser in the morning time, especially if your skin isn't dirty, if you don't like have excessive sweatiness at night, or if you didn't use heavy products that left your skin feeling goopy or something in the morning. You don't necessarily have to cleanse your skin. I personally just tend to splash some water on my face, whether I'm in the shower or, you know, if I'm just getting ready at the sink after I brush my teeth or something. In some ways, that's what she did. She put on this hydrating mask, she rinsed it off. So she got that step pretty much out of the way, but it was nourishing for her skin. I can already see her skin is a little bit pink, so that tells me that she tends to have reactive skin. It doesn't necessarily mean she has sensitive skin though, so let's keep watching.
Now I look like a newborn. Oh my God, my eyebrows. My eyebrows are very neglected, guys. Please don't give me a hard time. I really don't do anything to them. But moving on. First, we have this serum that has some sort of snail. I mean, according to this, it's supposed to, oh my God, this is gonna prevent wrinkles. That is something I'm starting to worry about. Anyway, I drop a little bit into my hand. I've always liked putting it in my hands more than putting it directly on my face. I feel like it always just like falls off. You know, you always see people on like TikTok and stuff going like this. And I'm like, mine just goes straight onto my shirt when I try to do that. I don't understand. Then I use a tea tree.
So that's just a hydrating serum mostly. It does have the snail mucin in it. Snail mucin is great. It's brightening for the skin. It's antimicrobial. It's just a really good ingredient for the skin, and people tend to like it. It can be a little bit sticky, but it's a serum. She's gonna apply other products presumably, and it's probably totally fine for her skin.
Relief. Whenever I'd have a pimple in middle school, and I lived with my dad, he would tell me to put tea tree oil on it, and that's what he did when he had acne. Thank you, Dad, for the acne tip. But it was kind of nice growing up with parents that also had acne because they kind of felt my pain. It runs in the family, so I felt like I had this support system of parents that were like, we get it. Next, I'm using...
So obviously that's really nice to have your parents guide you. I think that's usually what I hear the most. It's like if a person is an adult and they haven't figured out their skincare routine, what I tend to hear from them is that there was nobody to tell them. Like their mom didn't have a skincare routine either. And what I tend to find actually is people who follow me and are starting to get their skincare routine in check, they also are like, you know what, I want to get products for my mom too and put her on a skincare routine, on a proper one, because she's still using, you know, just whatever and doesn't take care of her skin. So it's nice to hear that her parents, even her dad, helped to guide her. Obviously, the crappy thing about that is that it's genetics, and so they also had to deal with acne and stuff, but it is really nice to have that support in your house. When it comes to tea tree oil, tea trees, a little bit of an interesting ingredient because some people will tell you that it's a little too drying, they don't love it, it's just anti-inflammatory. It's not gonna give you the full benefits that you need for acne when it comes to really fighting that acne, right? So in my opinion, it's a great ingredient when used in conjunction with, you know, like other acne medications and stuff, but your go-to acne treatments shouldn't be really tea tree. Like that shouldn't be your go-to. It should be your exfoliating acids like your salicylic acid, and it should be benzoyl peroxide, and it should be, you know, any of your retinoids as well, because those are the real ingredients that fight acne. But again, she has her acne under control. So it seems like a great ingredient that she's just kind of like adding into her routine, I guess, like to just maintain it. And like I said, it can also be very anti-inflammatory.
A niacinamide serum. It's so funny because with skincare, I'm very interested in it, especially recently and especially since I got off Accutane, because I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to go through acne again, so I need to really work on maintaining my skin and keeping it as healthy and happy as I possibly can. The crazy thing about skincare that I've realized is it is so different for everybody. I've tried hundreds of products. I'm constantly switching it up. I'm constantly trying new things. This is literally my favorite product. This makes me look like...
So you guys know I love a niacinamide serum. I ride hard for niacinamide. I think it's a wonderful ingredient for all skin types, but it makes so much sense that it's in her skincare routine because she is a person that can really benefit from it. It helps to balance your oil production, strengthen your skin, brighten your skin. It's a great product and ingredient for her specifically.
A baby's butt on my face. It's a hemp oil. It's unreal. When I wake up,
So you know what's interesting is you guys know that I'm not always the biggest fan of just putting oil on your face and that's it. Hemp oil though is great specifically again for her. So if she's a person that is prone to breakouts, tends to have oily skin, whatever it is that was causing, you know, all of her skin issues, then that means she can really benefit from linoleic acid. And you've heard me talk about this before. Linoleic acid is great for your skin. It's great for all skin types really, but it's especially great for people who have oily skin or have breakouts or clogged pores because it helps to balance your skin and those natural lipids in your skin. So hemp oil is actually really rich in linoleic acid. So this is a really wonderful oil for her skin type.
I look like a vampire. I don't know what it is. I feel like while I'm sleeping, I just lose all of my life in my face and I can't explain it. This product truly brings the life back to my skin. I also try to avoid dairy, not only for my extremely disgustingly sensitive stomach, but also because I think that dairy does make me break out. Although sometimes it doesn't, and then I'm like, okay, so I can put unhealthy amounts of Parmesan cheese on everything that I'm eating throughout the day. Last step of my skincare.
So obviously when you put an oil on your face, one of the great things about an oil is that it does give you this temporary glow to your skin and everything. So obviously it's going to bring that life, like she called it, life back to her skin and stuff because an oil does that. Oil naturally gives you a little bit of a glow. It's very nourishing to the skin. The thing that I thought was interesting that she just said was how she thinks dairy causes her to have breakouts, but then she went on to say that her stomach can't handle dairy. And I think that that's really the thing that she should be correlating with her acne. And this is why it all becomes very personal. And she even said like, you know, but then sometimes I can have dairy. Like sometimes dairy can really cause me some issues and then sometimes it doesn't. And that's because it's more about what she's dealing with internally as a whole, right? And if she's experiencing any kind of breakouts from dairy, it might actually be because her skin is just reacting to her body in general, not reacting well to dairy and to specific dairy products. So this is something that you should keep in mind and why this becomes more of something that's like, you know, you get down to like the science of it, right? And that's something I'm not gonna get into because I don't really know it, but it's just something to consider is when people are like, oh, you should just cut dairy out from your diet if you wanna stop having acne. That's not necessarily the answer for every single person. It's more like, are you sensitive to dairy? Because if you are, then maybe you should cut it out because you're gonna feel better in general, not just your skin. Maybe your body just hates dairy. And that's really the way to think about things when it comes to cutting out something from your diet. It's more about how does it make you feel as a whole, because that can actually affect your skin, but it's affecting you, period, right? So it's just in general, how is that affecting you? I personally can sometimes have dairy. It's ice cream. Ice cream gets me, guess what? Still eat it, because I love it. Can't cut it. Can't quit it.
Sunscreen. I just recently started wearing it daily. Wear sunscreen, please. Like, don't be like me and start when you're 19 and already have had too many sunburns to count on 2 hands. You know what I mean? It's just not good. Like, I feel like I'm probably wrinkling from it. You know?
No.
Whatever, it adds personality. Lip balm.
Exactly. One of my all-time favorite sunscreens is Elta MD. It's actually a combination of chemical sunscreen filters and mineral sunscreen filters. I love this one. It feels beautiful on the skin. It gives you that like natural glow to your skin as well. I just realized she didn't use a true moisturizer in her skincare routine, but I want you guys to keep something in mind. She is a person who has gone through an acne journey. She seems like she's got oily skin naturally. So she already put a few hydrating ingredients on her skin and then she went in with that oil and then she went in with that sunscreen. In that case, she probably has had plenty of hydration in her skincare routine and she has had plenty of occlusive ingredients and products on her skin. So, you know, when we say like you need to wear moisturizer, what we're really saying is you need to balance your skin, the oils and lipids and the hydration and the moisture, and you also need to lock everything in so that your skincare ingredients, especially the hydrating ones, don't actually like escape your skin and make it drier. In this routine, it sounds like she's had plenty of that, right? Like this is a totally fine skincare routine. That oil locked everything in. She had lots of hydration. She used 3 different serums. One of them was technically oil, but it's not, she didn't seem like she used a lot. And then she went in with a sunscreen that also was technically an occlusive as well. So this was all completely fine and again, very personal to her, and it seems like it's working for her. I love that she really highlighted how important sunscreen is, and she said, don't be like me and start using it at 19. Well, how about being like me and start using it religiously when you're 30? Yeah, like 10 years ago is when I started using it religiously. I went through almost all of my teens and almost all of my 20s only using sunscreen when I was gonna go to like the beach or something. So that sucks. I think she's got a much bigger head start, and that makes me so happy about, you know, like skincare really becoming a bigger topic online and stuff these days, is that I feel like people like her at 19 are actually starting really good skincare habits. You know, it like hurts my feelings a little bit that she's kind of mentioned her wrinkles a little bit at 19 and that she's starting to worry about wrinkles and everything, because this is really not the time to worry about wrinkles at all. I mean, not only do they give you character in the future, but you know, like she doesn't have wrinkles. You don't have wrinkles at 19. Like it's just, that's not a wrinkle. That's just like, go put some moisturizer on, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. These aren't the things you should be worried about. There are so many other things in your life to worry about at 19, and wrinkles are not one of them. So please do not harp on them and do not think about wrinkles. Erase that from your vocabulary if you are 19 years old. So far, all of this is great, and I love that she went in with a sunscreen. She seems like she really knows what she's doing with her skin, and you can tell she's really taking it seriously. And I love that she pointed out that she's tried hundreds of products to figure out what's working for her.
It's huge. I'm like kind of addicted to lip balm, and I have been for many years. Like I always have a lip balm on me, and if I don't, I'm begging someone to let me borrow theirs, which actually is not allowed anymore and never will be again. It's crazy that I ever did that. Now in retrospect, that really is some food for thought. It's makeup time.
So that was actually really fast. I didn't expect that to go by so quickly, but she, you know, when somebody does everything right in a skincare routine, there isn't that much to say. I love that she has really gotten to know her skin. I love that she is a 19-year-old who is on top of her skincare routine, who is wearing sunscreen. Now I'm kind of like, maybe she does kind of know what's going on with her skin and everything. So I'll definitely give a little look at some of these products, and you know, if you guys want me to try them out, definitely let me know in the comments below, because I will if you guys really want me to. You know, that's Emma Chamberlain. Great job. I guess the only thing I really wanted to hear more about was what she was doing while she was on Accutane, because you don't hear about that too often. What are the skincare products that you use when you are on Accutane? We do have a Dermatologist Reacts video on this, and I think that, you know, the person who sent in their routine really did a great job on his routine and sharing what he learned and everything. So we do have that video. I'll leave a link in the description box so you can watch that, because it was a great educational video for anybody who is getting on Accutane, especially if you're young. There aren't that many options. You shouldn't be doing too much, because Accutane will really change your skin in a positive way, but you'll have to get used to it. So let me know in the comments below if you have anything to say about this, if you have anyone else that you want me to react to. You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Susan Yara, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.